Good evening, teacher. My name is Jacqueline and my classmate Nicole, and today we're going to talk about constructivist learning theory. So, the constructivist learning theory posits that learning is an active process where learners build new ideas or concepts based on their current or past knowledge. It also emphasizes that learners construct their own understanding and knowledge of the world through experiencing things and reflecting on those experiences.
Suggestions for teaching with constructivist theory. First, encourage students' autonomy and initiative. Example, all students to choose their own projects related to the subject matter. This encourages them to explore topics of personal interest within the curriculum. Second, use raw data in primary source. Example, in a history lesson, instead of relying solely on textbooks, provide students with primary source like historical documents, diaries, and letters to analyze and draw conclusions for it. Third, promote critical thinking skills. Example, a syntax that requires students to classify information, analysis scenarios, predict outcomes, and create new solutions. For instance, in a science class, ask students to predict the results of an experiment and then test their hypothesis.
The first suggestion is about incorporating students' background and culture. So, for example, teachers can select texts that reflect the diverse backgrounds of the students and encourage them to connect the topics to their own cultural experiences. And then we have the role of the teacher as a facilitator. It's very important to emphasize the role of the teacher because he or she is going to help the students to achieve all their aims. So, for example, instead of lecturing about a topic, it's better pose open-ended questions that guide students to explore and discuss the subject, helping them to develop their understanding through dialogue and inquiry as well. Now we are going to review about Vygotsky's social constructivism. And it states the social interaction, where it's really important the cooperation or collaboration that guides to the cognitive development. For example, a child learning to read can benefit from being read to by a parent or a teacher. As they listen, they begin to understand the relationship between the spoken word and writing symbols, and gradually developing their reading skills through interaction. So in this point, it's important to review the two basic principles about a social constructivist. And the first one is more knowledgeable other, and it is about learning from a person that has a higher level to the current that the student handle in the moment. So, for example, during a group project, students are paired with peers who have a better grasp of the subject matter. And the more knowledgeable students can explain, for example, concepts and guide their peers through difficult parts of the task. And the second is about a sound of proximal development. And it refers to the knowledge that the student has in a specific start point and what he or she can achieve with the help that is provided by a teacher. So, for example, in a class, the teacher introduces any concept that is slightly above the student's current level of understanding, and the teacher then provides some assistance to help students grasp the new concept, enabling them to achieve a higher level of understanding than they could independently.
The last one topic we are going to talk about project cognitive constructivism. First, strategies of cognitive development. For example, when younger children in the concrete operational state use hands-on activities like building model or conducting simple experience that allow them to manipulate and explore physical objects. Assimilation and accommodation. For example, when teaching about ecosystems, students might initially understand it is a simple or a collection of plants and animals. This is assimilation. Through activities like creating their own miniature ecosystem and observing that interesting that they will know their understanding to include the complex relationship and dependence within an ecosystem. This is accommodation. Overall, that this approach emphasizes the importance of activities engage social interaction and the role of the teacher as a guide rather than a lecturer, incorporated in the real life. Examples and encouraging exploring and discussions to help our students. Also remember the children interaction with the environment, they are going to know about what is going to happen. Thank you so much to watch this video.